And ladies and gentlemen, we made it back to part 2 of Funday Monday, the Sky Terran Funday Monday, whereby we don't learn to be a better gamer, we just have ourselves a good time. I'm going to drink some of my amazing ice water. I decided it would be a smart idea to go with clear glasses because there's been a lot of people doubting that I actually put ice in my water. But there you see that, look at them. They started as perfect cubes because I have perfect cube ice trays. Because that's important to me. That is so LA tap water. It's amazing it's not opaque. Let's talk a little bit about what we saw in part 1. A nice, basic, standard, straightforward execution of going for some Sky Terran. But let's see what we call dedication and poor decision-making combining to make frickin' awesomeness. Down in the bottom left corner, we have a man who decided that given exactly one name, he could not have multiple accounts. It is about $60 per name in StarCraft 2. You have to buy a whole new copy. With his one-shot choice of name, he chose Argaroth. Argaroth or Argaroth, down on the bottom left, probably going to have to go with a pharmaceutical Argaroth. I would say it's not a pill, but it would be some kind of ointment that you might apply directly to some irritated piece of skin. Argaroth down on the bottom left. And up in the top right, Duke Instinct. Oh yeah, I hope he's married to Duchess Impulse. What a couple. Duke Instinct, no doubt an ancient historian. Duke Instinct would not be a good Pokemon because imagine him just sitting around saying his own name. Duke Instinct! Duke Instinct! Not nearly as cute as Pikachu. He would make it to no t-shirts and children would not have him on his backpack. Well, actually, screw that. I'm actually going to get my child a backpack that says Duke Instinct on it. He'll be the most baller badass in all of first grade. Duke Instinct gonna do the smart thing, gonna scout and find a barracks arbitrarily planted anywhere. I assume that this is probably how claiming territory worked in America when people just started moving westward. They just said, and here's where I'm going to raise my family. And there a barracks went down. It was a sign of marking territory. This is a very pheromone-esque move from Argaroth or Argaroth or what have you. So while Argaroth is rubbing his cheeks against the front entrance of his base, forcing out this SCV of Duke Instinct is doing the usual thing. Getting early gas geysers, he'll be building himself an orbital command, an intuitive move for a man who likes to earn money. He's definitely going to build it. I swear to God he's going to get an orbital command. Dude, seriously, I would never lie to you. I would never do that. He absolutely, eventually, clearly went straight for that orbital command, but look at this. Argaroth kicking into full gear, bringing 2 Marines. It looks like he's going to prepare for the assault of a century. And here it comes. This barracks rallied to the front, and it's time for Argaroth to wall in his opponent with barracks. So that way, Argaroth's Marines on this side are free to roam and host picnics, while these barracks provide a solid wall-off containing the also equally ranged Marines of Duke Instinct. See what I mean? Look at this. Now, I know a lot of you maybe have not thought about this before, but with just 3 barracks, you can also wall off your enemy, Terran. Now, what he thinks is that you're bad at StarCraft 2. That's what he's going to think that you're doing. But then what you do is you have 3 barracks at the front of his base, you lift him off. You're not walling him in. That would be silly. You're going to use these barracks to scout his whole base. And with 3 barracks, you can see everything he's doing. Oh my God. Mind games, guys. Here it comes. Now Duke Instinct doing the smart thing. Duke Instinct obeying the protocol of Funday Monday. He's staying 1 barracks, he's staying 1 factory, and you know it, yes, he's going for the proxy starport play. Absolutely. Now Argaroth has already convinced Duke Instinct that he's going to be walling him in. Duke Instinct panics and says, oh my God, I can't be walled in. What if I wanted to attack with Zerglings that somehow I acquired use. I wouldn't be able to do that. So he's got to kill it off, but he's gonna have to pull back. Argeroth, he's gonna abandon the plan of the wall-in. There was never gonna be a wall-in, man. There's never gonna be a wall-in. What do you think? That Argeroth is stupid or something? Of course not. He is gonna just pull back these barracks and set himself up to be able to do a contain. He's gonna be doing Going to be doing that good old contain. Bunker going down right now at the front, because if you're going to contain, you may as well commit to it. And up on the top side, if you're going to do Funday Monday, Duke Instinct, yeah, you may as well commit to it. Oh, yes. Yes. Now, there's a certain type of build order. Now, if someone asked, you know, Sean, what is this build that Duke Instinct is doing? He's going 5 Marines with barracks into motherfucking battle cruisers. He's not going 5 Marines into battle cruisers, because that wouldn't be true, right? And it's important that we speak with appropriate language when describing awesome things. There's similar transitions that other races have as well, such as a 2-gate zealot rush into motherfucking carriers. That's a very common build. Most Zerg players nowadays are going expand and queens into motherfucking broodlords, but that's becoming so common that we just call it 3-base fast infestor broodlord. But this is a little bit edgier. This is a little bit more in the spirit of Funday Monday. We're not going to beat around the bush and delay until Funday Monday. We're going to go straight into it. In fact, Duke Instinct even killed off one of his own Marines a few seconds ago, because let's be honest, we only really need 1 barracks worth of Marines in this game. Here are the Marines, and see ya. So we have 4 Marines. That's enough. That's enough to fill a bunker. We don't need that many bunkers. We just need really 1. We need a Marines in the right place at the right time. But look at Argeroth. He wasn't trying to contain. He's actually using this barracks as a spotter so he can see up on the high ground. See that? Dude, talk about mind games. I'm not gonna lie. If I were playing, I would have never expected this. I would be genuinely surprised right now. The mind games are paying off in huge dividends for Argeroth. All he had to do to kill off 2 depots was build 3 buildings at the front and sacrifice any tech. And let's be honest, if we're going to go ahead and trick him once, he's probably going to be able to get fooled twice. Shame on him, am I right, fellas? There's Argeroth throwing down up in the top left, while in the meantime... Oh no, oh my god. Oh my god, you know... There's an interesting thing that happens with strategy, you know? There's interesting moments always in a game. I'm sure you've said things to your friends like, you know, I was trying to contain him with Marines, but he broke through it with Banelings. Urgh. But not a lot of times do you say I was containing him with Marines and then a battle cruiser came in, right? Like, Argeroth is going to have to do some quick thinking on the feet, so that's fine. He's going to go ahead, he's going to build some anti-air. BT is that hotkey, Argeroth knows it well. And of course, Duke Instinct is going to do his best to just eliminate as many SCVs as he can. There goes 1, 2, and... Oh, I don't know how this turret can't do its job very well. And of course, let's be honest, if we're frustrated with this turret, no reason not to fix a problem. Better late than never is what I always say. I'm a big believer in this concept. So, of course, when Argeroth continues to build turrets and then begins researching the high-sec auto-tracking, I mean, this is the plus range upgrade for the missile turrets. All I can think is, my god, Argeroth really wants to make sure that this barracks can get a reactor built. I mean, seriously, he doesn't want anything preventing this reactor from being constructed in the middle. This is a really dangerous position to be in. And I'm just so intrigued by how this moment is going to transition from reality into myth and lore and legend. Argaroth will tell this story forever among his buddies. He's going to go to his friend one day and he's going to say, dude, you know, I was trying to marine rush, but if you're marine rushing, how do you deal with a battle cruiser? And the guy says, you mean like if he goes for battle cruisers? No, it's like, no, how do you deal with a battle cruiser? A battle cruiser. And of course, I'm sure some of you have done, I think everyone's done this, where you play like a single player game. Literally, there was no one else who did it with you. There was no collaboration. You didn't encounter other humans when you played it. So you just feel like you understand it. When I walk behind someone in Fallout, I'm like, dude, just don't use your stim packs. There's beds like everywhere. Just keep sleeping. Sleep on the beds and you'll heal it. What are you spending all your stim packs on? Okay, I'm convinced. I'm 100% certain of this, right? And here, I want to know that moment when Argaroth is like, oh yeah, dude, I always research high-sec auto-tracking before +1/+1. I mean, not a lot of people battle cruiser rush, but if they do and you're underprepared for it, you're screwed, man. In the meantime, Argaroth has a complete and total lockdown on the bunker formation up at the front. And the battling continues. Yes. Lift and retreat. There's another Banshee at the backside. Oh my god, high-sec auto-tracking completed, and he's thwarted our plan. Repair it. That's fine. Argaroth pre-planned all of this with a hidden expansion up at the top left where he would build yet more supply depots to be at 20 of 97. Here it comes. The battling is continuing to be intense, but keep in mind these turrets are perfectly positioned to make sure that this barracks is always going to be able to build 2 Marines at a time, man. This is like the safest reactor frickin' ever. Oh no, what do we repair? The decisions! And oh my god! Now I've been poking and prodding fun at Argaroth all game long, but this just is terrible. This is the most painful thing to see in the universe. Not only did he lose his home command center, he has a bunch of turrets just defending a bunch of barracks that are nowhere near a base that's like way up here that's also under fire from Marines and more air units. And what's Duke Instinct doing? He's just building battle cruisers one at a time. He's taking an expansion. He's not using the expansion. He just has an expansion. Marines killing off everything, and there's frickin' damn battle cruiser. Oh my god. Oh, our Duke Instinct heading home. Marines continue to pile up. Argaroth in never give up, never surrender mode. I'm getting to the point where I'm like, hang in there, Argaroth. I believe in you. Now, in the effort of gross excess, we're about to be home. We're literally gonna get home within a second. We see Duke Instinct drop the mule to get that battlecruiser repairing right away. We must begin repairing now. And in the top corner, alright. The continued single battle cruisers, very much so like a Mass Effect Reaper dealing with his own set of civilizations, heading out, killing off all the things all on his own, quickly. The people of the universe must unite. Representatives of the Citadel, we must defend with honor. Join. We're gonna, oh my god, oh, remove the production tab, day 9, end it. Oh. And that is exactly what happened in all of Mass Effect 1. Total spoiler, right? Whew, that was my experience. It was that much action and a lot of talking. Seriously, gotta be top 10 best games of all time. Frickin' love Mass Effect. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some armor upgrade, and we're going to have a backup armory. That way, in case something happens to this one, we can easily restart that upgrade and not have to worry about building another armory. It's about planning ahead. So here, we're going to see none other than Duke Instinct step on in. Yeah, Duke Instinct, uniting the forces. Needlessly Yamato cannoning a frickin' orbital command, and it's barely enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you The successful execution of a Funday Monday strategy. Yes. But oh my god, Argaroth pulls a Marine King Prime and immediately turns things around using only Marines. Just micro. Get micro. Just, oh god. I want more than anything. I want this barracks to quickly land here and begin building Marines. It's an homage to the opening. So, alright, 73 versus 21. 20. Hang in there. And Argaroth just pieces. He just gets on out. Winning the game with only air units. In fact, not even using a factory. Not at all. This is where I'm going to have to leave the game and hope it doesn't crash. And it crashed. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It is a painful freaking thing to see happen consistently every single time. Every time you close out of a Heart of the Swarm game in the beta, it's gonna crash that there system. You're gonna get crashed. You're gonna get one. Up in the top right corner, we have none other than Bonf. Perhaps of Bonfitude of the Iron Squid. Perhaps not. Perhaps it's just some other Bonf. Achilles, no doubt, the actual Greek god himself, who gets killed like probably every single god of war. All Achilles does is die, man. Oh, delicious. Now, if you had to do Funday Monday, would you half-ass it, or would you commit? Because my friends, Achilles commits. In the top right, Ponf is straight up opening with a PVZ strategy. He's going to try to do that early Immortal Rush build. I don't know if it's super effective against Terran. Achilles will certainly know soon enough. But little does Achilles, or little does Ponf know, Achilles is doing the ever-infamous long-range containment bunker, one of the most terrifying, horrifying containment plays of all time, not considering this large, gaping, uncovered entrance at the south. A defensive cannon, not quite in range of the bunker, but then again the bunker's not quite in range of the cannon. This is like Wag the Dog, where we're not quite sure if a real war is starting. No, Achilles is here to fight. Or at least to shoot. Losing a single SCV, Achilles has done the successful containment play. Can he get the pylon? No. The intensity is riveting. And the pylon goes down. Get out of there. 2 Marines have lost their lives to bring you what we have seen today. And Achilles actually going straight for the Banshee. Loving it. Loving it. The good old trench warfare. We're just going to reinforce this position. It's all the standard battlery that you read in your history class in the good old World War I. Oh, how fantastic. Ponf re-walling off to prevent any Zerglings or Hellions from getting up into the main base. And up top, Ponf getting all them gateways, getting all them new Heart of the Swarm air units. And here it comes, here it comes. Alright, 35 to 60 food. I think you guys know what's going to happen. While all that micro's going on. While it's going on with simultaneous profound multitasking, Achilles, the god of war and speed. Here he comes. There he goes. Here he comes. Stepping right on in. Total mass confusion from Ponf. He's trying to go out the other entrance, but that was all part of Achilles' plan. He wanted to bait him to start exiting out. Oh my gosh, Ares, the god of war, Achilles, the god of ankle tendons. What was Achilles the god of? He's not a god. Achilles he's just a guy. He's the guy of tendons. Is that what he is? I know that I stretch him before running. He's just some guy. Achilles was just a guy. Is that right? He was Achilles as he's a demigod of. He was really strong in Populous 2. Anyone? Is there anyone who is a real gamer who loved Bullfrog and just devoured the Populous games and the Syndicate games and Dungeon Keeper and Theme Hospital and Theme Park? Come on, Populous 2? Well, apparently the chat has decided that Achilles is Brad Pitt, and I can get behind that, right? Am I right or am I right? Because Troy and Achilles, potato, potato. That's what I would not say, but that's what I would type. Because when you try to type potato, potato to someone, they just see you type potato twice. Feel free to give it a shot yourself. In the meantime... Oh god, I love focusing on all the fire magic and Populous, just leveling all that up. Sending out all my Achilles gods. Oh, to the swamplands? Am I really populating you with swamps and then burning it down? Oh, potato, potato. In the meantime, we're seeing Achilles do a little bit of a throwback strat. For any of you who, Wings of Liberty or Heart of the Swamp players, if you have not tried going for 2-port Banshee just as a part of the composition, then you haven't lived, man. Because Achilles could cloak at any minute, but he doesn't need a cloak. He's killing pylons, dude. Dog, man. Oh, if at first you don't have detection, build more cannons. That's why I go Forge first, because it's the solve-all, be-all, end-all of Protoss defense. Now, we could run, but we don't need to. We're Achilles. We're the god of just kind of being acted by really hot actors. Oh, I love being that god. How did they know? Oh, changing deities, VRB. Pomf doing the interesting sort of split where we just have half the army. Sort of semi-committal engagement. So someone in chat says Achilles. He sucks as a god. He's the worst. Being very critical, perhaps played Populous 2 as well. Tried to invade, did not do enough damage. Had to switch to that weird plant lady that just leaves swamps everywhere. She's awesome. Oh my god. Now, in the meantime, I would say that Achilles really wants medevacs. His Christmas list is just 1 through 5 medevacs. And now Paulf is doing his best to defend, and yet all he has is cannons. Achilles, come on, look at this Achilles bringing the noise! Bringing the noise, guys! Come on, right? Committing to Funday Monday. Look at this. He's only allowed 1 barracks, and yet here he is going Marine medevac. What a dedicated chap. And of course, Pomp is just expanding on the other side of the containment because this is more like a well-defended arbitrary piece of location. And Achilles is going to try to send in the Zealots, but even no stim, no combat shield Marines are too much for the deeply upgraded gateway units of Achilles. And with excellent multitasking, Achilles stays focused down at this battle, the rally at the front. This is what I love so much about Achilles, why I had so much respect for him. All the respects. Just picking everything off. Now, if you have never... Look at that, making use of those great Heart of the Swarm medevacs. Here he comes. Here he comes. Look at that, using those thrusters to get right into the battle. Excellent. 2 medevacs per Marine. Total rich kid college student force engagement. I bet each of those Marines with their own medevacs also has an iPhone that their mummies pay for. Everyone knows that guy. Oh god, I'm so broke. Sent from my iPad. Ugh. Here's Achilles. With all them Banshees. Have you ever had this happen? Have you ever experienced this where you have like nothing but stalkers and yet they still find a way to get all the Banshees to show up in some place that your stalkers are not? Oh, this is so awesome. Meantime, Achilles obeying them rules. Getting all damn Banshees and continuing to rally forth and just continuing to expand like a boss. And, I mean, if you didn't start the game as White Rots, find a wind up as White Rots some point, a Stargate going down. Don't hate the Stargate Oracles all day. We're going to get in that main, and we're going to harass them with a little bit of air. I'm seeing a little bit of fusion courage coming out of Achilles. I like to dance too. Do it, Achilles. Down in this bottom right side, double forge going down, because why not get a 3 forge? That way he can research ground weapons and armor and shields all at the same time. All at the same time. Banshee's coming in. He could cloak at any point in time. He waits till the last possible second. These dudes could cast an Envision upgrade at any point. But Achilles is forced to retreat. Only temporarily, because keep in mind, Banshees are freaking rad. Continuing to go Marine Medevac, given that he can only actually build 1 barracks and all the rest are just battle cruisers and Banshees and all that goody goodness. Bonf looking good. Right. The homage to Artosis has been repaired. More oracles being produced. There's super oracles, mega oracle usage, and it's time to do the oracle attack. In position, ready to harass the main. Spotted by a battlecruiser? Maybe. We'll never know. We'll never know. This is like that sequence where the 2 star-crossed lovers are facing the wrong direction in the train station, but oh, they found each other! Time to get in there and do some harassment damage. Disrupt the worker line. Eliminate the defenses. And nailed it. Soon enough, I don't know when, but I'm 100% positive they're gonna buff the Oracle. Mark my words. This is a painful moment. This sucks. This is, you know, I think every game has this. This isn't just StarCraft, where you waltz right in and there's defenses and you think, ah, he thwarted me. What an experience unique to multiplayer games. Has anyone here, I don't know, played a Zelda game? And you walk in to a room that probably has 100 pots. You see them on platforms in the distance. You're just, oh my god, what are all these pots doing here? I'm going to destroy every single pot, right? And you're lifting up, you're throwing them, you're lifting up pots, you're throwing them. You throw for like an hour of real life time. Days have passed in the game. You're starting to think that you should just reload from a save. And you know what you find? You find like 15 rupees. Bullshit. Right? I hate that so much. I don't know if you guys have played the original Link to Past on the Super Nintendo. When you finally get that charge upgrade where you can run every field, clearing all the grass, clearing all the grass. You know what they put in the grass? Soldiers! Not nothing, not small amounts of rupees, but freaking soldiers where you're just charging, just destroying them all. And there's a soldier there who's like, I'm sorry, I was told to guard the shrubbery. I need to make sure there's nothing conspicuous going on in the root system. You stumbled across me. So mad I'm drooling. God, I hate that. Every game has the, World of Warcraft. You ever go on those 60-man raids? On a Friday night, you sacrificed it. You're a little bit of a social person who likes to kind of invite some buddies over on a Friday night, but you really have decided you're going to commit to your guild, you're going to raid with them, and the boss doesn't even drop anything purple. How and what? Who coded that? Why did he do that? What are you talking about, right? Huge, epic fails in terms of the collection rates. Ugh. Abandoned, man. 60,000 person raids. What a throwback. Yeah, 60-man raids. Good old days. Yes, fine. Someone's in there. It's like, that's not how I arrived at that number. I'm talking when it was the original, when it was just World of Warcraft. And that was it. There was no subtitle. There was no freaking colon there. I didn't even play it. All my friends were like, I can't do anything. We need like 1,000 people to all coordinate together to kill a guy. And then the next day at brunch, they'd all be like, pissed off he didn't drop anything. He dropped a potion. And they're all so mad. That's what that's like. I feel for Pomf. I feel so bad for him, man. So bad. Never had 60-man raids. I'm making it up. Wow. Maybe it was wrong. Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe they're those people who exaggerate everything by exactly 50%. It takes them 20 minutes to get there, and they're like, dude, it took me 30 minutes. In the meantime, we see Achilles doing his best to storm forward with Marine Medevac battlecruiser Banshee. Pomf does his best to continue to go into White Raw mode. The Oracles can only just reveal that is it. Achilles stepping on in. Marines with medevacs surrounded by probes with gateway units and a battle cruiser. Not enough. Not enough. Don't you wish they still had that Caduceus reactor upgrade that made it 5 energy per 1 life? Tragics, 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 tragics. All the devastation. Seriously, units lost tab. Air units are the way to go. A GG from Pomf. When we come back, we're going to see the fail game of this here Funday Monday, and indeed the epic conclusion. Stay tuned.